Good morning, everyone. Eva Baños de Guisasola. I'm policy advisor on climate and energy at the European section based in Brussels, now in Spain for the moment. So I wanted to refer to how the local economic development is also contributing to becoming more resilient societies. And we think, and I also thank the trainers for preparing the slides, and we need to be able to generate employment in a sustainable way. We need to also make the income more livable. We also need social protection and job security, and we need to ensure the well-being of the population. And in order to do that, we also need to combine different elements, and we need to have a solid market, a solid labor market. We also need a business environment, infrastructure and connectivity among all these elements, with a financial environment, obviously, to make it run, but also, and for me, a very crucial element is the economic governance, or governance per se. Without the governance and a solid structure, nothing can really happen and be implemented. There you have a bit of description of what these elements are, and I think these are also common definitions in all the sections. And then we also need to focus according to the different geographical differences in each continent, and they might be adapted, but I think that these are common elements to all of us. Then the second slide, please. Then also, in order to achieve our goals, we need to, first of all, have a very solid dialogue. It has to be innovative now. And we have also seen with this COVID pandemic that we cannot only rely on the traditional ways of communicating. We need to be innovative. And for instance, these learning sessions are extremely useful to really put everyone together. Without this COVID experience, we wouldn't be able to really communicate this well. So we also need to see the positive sides of that. I mean, of course, we should have avoided having COVID. No one wanted that. But since that happened, we need to really learn some lessons and draw some lessons, and this is one of them. We also need to have an agriculture-based economy, and really the food supply chain, the food production is becoming more and more important. I mean, we are becoming, very numerous in this world, so we need to also rethink how we produce food and what food we produce. In this context, we need to do it in a circular economy way, because we were so used to really waste a lot of things, a lot of food, a lot of resources. Now, and also in Europe, we really give a huge importance to the circular economy aspects. We need to reuse everything in one line. It cannot be a line economy anymore. Everything needs to be there, and only a minimum percentage should also go to incinerators, but the rest of us should be either recycle, reuse. So, and there are ways of doing that. Sometimes it's just a matter of willingness or legal frameworks, but it's feasible. And in Europe, we're really striving there, and we have a lot of strategies working on circular economy. We also need to engage more with the local economic and development agencies. In some part of the world, they are maybe left aside. In some others, they are more engaged. But this is really a huge potential. We need to invest with the private sector, with the business sector, and with the chambers of commerce, but they also need to be part of the process. And we also need to inform and communicate with society, because if we all do this, but the public does not know what we're doing, then it's pointless. So we also need to find ways to communicate and use different terminologies to reach every sector in the public. The next one, please. Okay, and now we are also going to be using this in the next section, but I'd like to refer to this doughnut economic model that was going to set up in the Netherlands. It was an economist that created this concept, and it's just to propose a framework for the economy where we do not only focus on economy, but we focus on growth and how people can really, and the systems can really combine this together and can work together. So it's not just growing, it's how each of us can contribute to this in a systematic way. And that was set up in 2019, and Amsterdam was the first city to really implement this way of thinking. And as mentioned in the slide earlier, we talked about circular economy, circular economies, and circular strategy. So all this really reinforces this concept of doughnut economy. And then this is also taking a look at how we combine different policies. So it's not just talking about economic aspects or social aspects or ecological aspects. It's how all that works together. And the next one, please. And here, and we will work on that a bit later on, but this is what this doughnut economic model looks like. So we have like 3 circles, or yeah, I would say that. So in this center, we have all the aspects that are the necessary aspects that contribute to a social and just and decent life for everyone on earth. Okay, so these are aspects that are common in all these sections. So not only the European section, but we all need water, food, energy, houses, social security, gender protection, good work, income, peace, and justice. Then we go to the second layer, which is the outside circle, and these are just aspects that they're still there, but if we go beyond that, that's going to really become a catastrophic element. So we know that they're there. For instance, we all are aware of climate change. Climate change is good, but going beyond the boundaries of climate change at a certain level, that's going to cause damage. The same as chemical pollution. We all have chemical pollution. We can deal with that, but after certain levels, then that's becoming dangerous. The same with air pollution. So there are ways to really keep them at a decent level to allow us to live in a decent world, a decent planet, but we should not go beyond that. And what it is in between is just really the good moment where people can live, and this is I would say like a zone of comfort. But we need to really be able to combine what is really needed without going beyond the boundaries.